It's Omar. It is September 21st, 7:35 p.m. and I wanted to make a video just talking about the couple of plays that I called out on Twitter and kind of how I knew, and just talk about a few things. So this was the grid that I posted on Twitter. So if you go to Twitter, this is my Twitter page, and you can see that, you know, I said I was going to post my watch list, and this was the watch list I posted for today. And you can see that these were the lines that I mapped in yesterday, you know, last night. If you take a look, right, if we take a look at the stocks today, let's look at the charts. So as you can see, Crone, look at our IGC. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, when I posted it, let me see. Let me go back to Twitter. This was only at 234. It was at 234 at this point. That thing moved. Let me just pull up the 5-day, 5-minute, make it easier for you to see here. So, you know, it was all the way up to here at this point, and it kept moving higher pre-market. It got to a high of 275 and then ripped. I'll come back and talk about that. But let's look at Crone. Let's look at a couple of other stocks that I posted just to show you how support and resistance works. All right, just to show you, I did not map any lines on Crone. You know, I did not map any additional lines on Crone. These were the lines that I had mapped. Look what happened when the market opened. This thing gapped. This thing was up yesterday at a high at around 6:30. It gapped up to 1336. I mean 1376. But look what happened. Pre-market starts gapping down, market opens, it spikes, and you see all this consolidation, couldn't hold it, and look where it failed, right here, 1340, right at that 1340, right in this level. Look at this, and it just gaps down, kind of bounces off this level a little bit. It's below VWAP, and think of VWAP as like over under. When a stock is under VWAP, that means people are losing. When a stock is above VWAP, that means people are making money, basically. People are underwater when they're below VWAP, and more people are making money when it's above VWAP. So, and look at that, it broke down. Look at this, spiked up to this 1281 level, support became resistance, and then continued to fade. I didn't map any of these lines. These were the lines that were in the video. I mean, in the Twitter screenshot that I posted yesterday. Look at this, and this is all based off support and resistance, guys. If this is all based off support and resistance, these are just support and resistance lines that I mapped where they pivoted. See, this flag starts up, pivot here, 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 and then pivot here. See, that's all this is. That's all this is. So this is the stock. This is the back end. This is where it's starting to fade down. You know, and TRRY is tanking, so expect these stocks to all pull back Monday even more if TLRY tanks big time, you know. And that's it. So you could have went short based on that, based on these lines. Look at NBEV. Look at this, stock gets to 1034 pre-market. All right, look at this, pulls back all the way to 827. You got that spike, and then it can't break this consolidation level. All right, the consolidation level couldn't break, as you can see, and it just faded all day. Look at this, when the stock gaps down and it gaps up, and if it can't break the previous support level, that's a confirmation that the stock is going to continue to fade. And look, it's below VWAP coincidentally as well, continues to fade. Look at, you got the little bounce here, and then look, it came down all the way to $6 before it got that bounce back, and then look, found its support at 575, and then gapped up, couldn't break that 750 level, and continue to fade. Guys, these, you see, I didn't map these lines today. These were lines that I've mapped previously. This is the stock reacting to support and resistance. That's all stocks react towards. All right, I just want you guys to understand that don't overcomplicate trading. You know, if you see a stock spiking and it can't hold a level, and the stock is up, the stock has been running for like 7 days, you gotta expect it to give back. People are gonna take profit, and you know it's gonna have that red day. Now, because this closed week on Monday, what I would expect to happen is this is gonna spike, and this is gonna get rejected in one of these overhead resistance levels. especially around this $8-9 level, because there's so much consolidation here that you got to expect that it's going to gap up, right? Shorts are going to cover. It's going to gap up somewhere in this one of these levels and get rejected and fade. That's what's going to happen Monday, all right? Because the stock closed weak. This is where shorts are like praying to attack, you know? Same thing on Chrome. Chrome closed weak. Get ready Mondays. Stock's going to spike. It's going to get to this probably 1280 level, get rejected, and continue to fade. That's it, guys. It's not rocket science, you know? They just, these gurus, man, they just don't know how to fucking teach you guys. Look, CVSI, you think I'm lying? Look what, these are the lines. Go look at it. I did not add any additional lines. Look at CVSI, all right? You can see all the lines that I had mapped. 538 right here, 531. This was last night that I posted this, so you can see that I'm not making this up. Well, look what the stock, look what happened to the stock. Stock gaps are, this is a 535, 503, 480 level. This is where it dipped, where you could dip by it, right? Look at my Twitter screenshot, 480. All right, it's right here. This is a previous consolidation area. Well, look what happened. The stock bounced right off 480, you know, and it got up to 509 because this is the stock going down, 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 down. Shorts decide they don't want to hold for the weekend, so they cover into this area. And let me just, you know, pull up the 5-day, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. So you see, this was a previous support area of support, and they just covered. All right, look at that. These are areas that I mapped. AWSM, this was the monster. I didn't even talk about this, but I had it on my watch list only because, you know, let me pull up the 5-day, 15-minute. This was a stock that is just it's a low floater, and it closed strong. Yo, this thing squeezed shorts all the way to $22 today. Amazing, amazing. Now, let's say the market opens, right? I'm gonna pull this here, and the market opens and it spikes. I'm not buying the spike. I'm not chasing this. I'm waiting for it to pull back, hold the support level. Look what happens. Pulls back, holds 12, and then runs. That's where the smart buyers got in. And look at this. And in this 4-minute time frame, it went from 12 to almost $15. Held VWAP. So now people are above, they're above water, and just continue to squeeze shorts all day. These are just flag patterns forming. Unbelievable. This will be on the watch list Monday for sure. NIO, this was on the watch list too. Let's put up a bigger time frame. Okay, look what happened here. The stock closed weak, right? Thursday, spikes pre-market, gets to a consolidation level, can't hold it, can't hold these consolidate, and just tanks all day. And look where it hugs. 859, that 859 area, you know, consolidates here, right in that area. Get dip below it, but you can see that it's right in that range because that's a previous area of support. You know, watch my videos. You can learn how to map support and resistance. All right, CRPV. This was a stock that was up 835. That's why it was on my watch list. It just gave it all back. Market opens. Look at this. And this is a 15-minute time frame, but you know, you trade on a smaller time frame when you day trade. But look what happens. Stocks tanks pre-market, spikes at the open, right? Can't hold this level. Pulls just below it, pops above it, but can't hold this next support level, which becomes resistance, and then fades. That's it. AMCA is another stock was on my watch list because it was up yesterday, and sure enough, it gaps up. You know, it held its highs. That's why it went on my watch list. Pre-market spikes, pulls back, pops at the open, can't hold the 299 level, fades. And you see when you get the spike, it can't even get above the support level where the previous support level now becomes resistance, and that's where you know the bears are in control. And look, it continues to fade all the way down to where? Bounced off 180. All right, and then bounced, and this is where shorts covered because they didn't want to hold a weekend. But it literally bounced off the line that I had mapped. All right, these are the lines that I have mapped, right, based off support and resistance. All right, these are all based off support and resistance. Guys, you know, I've been doing this for, I mean, like my videos since, like, I want to say January have been amazing. I mean, I've been teaching you how to do this. You know, I have no background. Like, I don't belong to any chat room. I've been doing this on my own, teaching myself, watching YouTube videos of all your favorite gurus, all right? Picking up whatever little pieces I can. The one thing that I learned in watching all these guys' videos is that none of them were using indicators really other than VWAP. And I was like, but how the fuck they know where to get in and get out? And what I realized is they trade patterns and they trade off support and resistance. That's it. That's it. That's how they make their trades. And you know, you don't have to, it's not rocket science. So today, just to show you what I do, nobody else is doing this on Twitter. Nobody. All right, just to show you. So this I posted last night, but this morning before I left to work, I saw this chart, MTEM, and I said, I love these setups. Look for the spike at the open to short into over, and I meant to say overhead resistance. Remember, I'm doing this on my phone. I'm just texting and moving, you know, and like typing and going, right? Posted this 12 hours ago, right? This was early in the morning. Okay. Now let's pull up that chart. I'll give you a little lesson. The stock, right, gapped up on Thursday. It was up to 735. All right, so it had this big move. It closed weak. So, right, the next day it spiked. It got rejected into overhead resistance and just kind of like grinded sideways. So what that's telling me that it's not ready to die, but more than likely this stock is not going to get all the way back up there. All right. Now, if you look at the daily chart, so here I have 4 time frames. You know, it had this gap up, but I don't expect it to continue to run. This stock, every time it has a move, it gives it all back, you know? So using that, what I saw was, okay, this was a stock that was up crazy. It pulled back. It's losing volume. So here, I pull up the 1-year chart just so you can see. Okay, so it had the spike. It closed weak, right? On this day, it had 7 million shares traded. On this day, it had 1 million shares traded. That's telling me that it's really weak, that people are losing interest in the stock. All right, and today it had 2 million shares traded. So all I'm doing to see is when I look at a stock like this, I'm looking to see the stock kind of fade and then pop, and then you short into resistance. So you see here that this area here, this is the overhead resistance area. I said look to short at between 6 and 632 because, and I said 634, but I meant to say 632. Somewhere in this range, if the stock spikes and gets rejected, go short, because these are just shorts covering that were you know, that probably were shorting up here and shorting here, looking to see for the continuous fade, because they saw the stock close weak and in post market it was fading more. And you see it couldn't break this pre-market. It was still, this is another sign telling you, look, it's not ready to break this. Look, pre-market, it got up to that $6 mark. It couldn't break it. So that's telling me that it could continue to be weak. So look what happened, guys. All right, the market opens, stock sells off, and then I'm literally teaching, guys. And in, you know, in between, if I'm giving a lesson, whatever, I'm looking at my charts on my phone, and I call this shit out exactly, letting you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. Who the fuck else does this on Twitter? I mean, it, like, I think that you guys don't really fully understand the magnitude of what I'm doing. It's fucking crazy. It's incredible. Not to toot my own horn, but it's wild that I'm doing this in real time and I'm teaching you and I'm showing you, you know. So and then in the meantime I talk about IGC. We'll talk about that. But look what I said. MTEM. This is the spike I was talking about. See how it reacts to 6 and 634 to risk off to go short, see a rejection. At this point, it was like in the 580s, 590s. You know, I saw the spike happening. So I'm trying to type this and send it out as fast as I can because I know that spike is happening. And I knew at some point the spike was going to happen. So this is where you just wait for the opportunity. You let the spike, you let the fail happen, and you wait for the spike, the cover. And you see what happens. And look, the spike, it spikes. It gets close to that $6 mark. It can't hold it in that, and this is a 2-minute time frame. All right, got to a high of 599. All right, and then it fades all day. Look where it faded to. Previous support of 523. Look at it. It got almost to 523. It got to a low of 525. So you just hold this, and your cover is your previous support level. It got close to it, and then this, and you see the spike. All the spike is the short sellers who shorted here and here covering, because they don't want to hold them to the weekend. That's it. Guys, I called this out all before it happened. And it happened exactly like I said. And look what I said about IGC. Let me go Look what I said about IGC. All right. Now, when I posted IGC, let me go here. I said at this moment, I said IGC, look for dip buy scale bounce at 311 or 284. Now, when I'm typing this is selling off. The stock is about 360. Between the time I type it and it posts, it was still like in that 360 range. Because remember, I got to type it, and I got to do it, and I hope I got internet service, and you know how it is on the phone. But it was like in this 360 level when I initially saw it and I started typing this. Look what fucking happened. Let's go. Let's pull up the chart. How did I know that? How did I know to buy? You're gonna see what I'm gonna say, and you're gonna be like, that's it. Because you guys overthink this stuff. I'll pull up a 5-minute time frame, just make it a little easier on the eyes. Okay, pre-market yesterday when I posted this, the high was at 234. It kept running, so it got to a high of 275. So you map that, right? You put a trend line there, pulls back, hold support here at this 220 area. It's actually 221 where it found its bottom. I put 220. You know, sometimes I miss by a few cents or a cent off. And then what happens? It spikes, right? And the people who buy here are fucking idiots. This is chasers, and you gotta be careful about doing. I mean, I wouldn't chase like this. You know, you gotta be careful. I mean, unless you get a super volume surge, you want to be real careful, or you're buying as close to the breakout level as possible. Be careful, because sometimes a lot of times these breakouts are fake outs, and then you get dumped on and you lose a ton of money. But in this case, you know, the stock was spiked. So when it spiked, it got to a high here of this 348, pulled back and found support at 311. So guess what? I mapped a support line at 311. That's it. And then it spiked again. It got to a high of 406, pulled back, and it found support at 360. That's how I mapped those levels. That's it. Okay, that's it. So when it started tanking here, now let me pull up the 2-minute chart again. So when it started tanking, okay, when it started tanking, you know, I posted this. Look, and I'm not, because all the idiots are chasing. These are just chasers that are going to be bag holders. You don't want to buy a stock full value. You want to buy it on the cheap, right? You want to buy a stock at a discount price. You want to buy it at the highest point, right? These are just FOMO people just chasing the stock, you know? I'm waiting for a pullback to a support level to see if it holds, and then I buy if I'm going to buy. So look what happens. The stock pulls back, starts pulling back, holds this for a second. And look, in this 2-minute candle, it hit a low of 301, gapped up, hit a high of 344, closed at 319. So right in this candle where you start seeing the volume, it opened at 319. This is where you go long, because you see that it got to the low here, held, and it's getting volume, and this is where you risk off of. All right, and this is where you could have bought, just like I said, right in here. And you know where you could have sold? You could have either sold, if you want to be safe, at the 335, because you know that was a previous support level that's now acting as resistance, or you know the next one, 360. So it got up to as high, oops, let me zoom out, sorry. It got to a high of 375 before it pulled back, and guess where it found its support? The previous support level, 335. So you see it, look, it bounced off it, gapped up, pulled back, double bottomed here, and now it's above VWAPs, holding VWAP, and that's an opportunity to go long. And sure enough, look, it gapped up to 391, pulled back, and guess where it found support? 360, the previous support level that I had. And then people bought and rode it up to back to the double top. And you can see that it was forming this head and shoulders pattern. It's much clearer. What I like to do is when I trade, I like to trade off. I have this window usually where it has the 2-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute, and the daily, so I can see it easier. And if you notice on the 15-minute and on the 5-minute, perfect head and shoulders pattern formed. And look, it held, it spiked. It couldn't hold that 360 level now because there's a lot of consolidation there. It doesn't have the volume to hold it, and it just fades, and you could have went short risking 360. Boom. And you know, came back down again to this 250. Came down to 259, and spiked, couldn't hold at 311, and then faded again. You know, and Monday people will be looking to short this because it closed weak. You know, it didn't really close weak. I mean, the previous close was 216, so it's still strong, but people are going to be looking to short this Monday at this 335, 360 level because there's a lot of consolidation. It had how many shares traded today? 76 million. That's insane. And yesterday it had 19 million. So it's going to need a tremendous amount of volume to break that 406 Monday. So think of this as a wall. It's going to need a lot of volume. So if it spikes, look to short it. You know, if you can find the shares to short. And that's how I knew, guys. That's how I knew to dip buy in those areas. That's it. I know people think like it's this big, you know, thing. You need indicators. You need RSI. You need, you need fucking parabolic SAR and all these other MACD. No, that's bullshit. It's noise. Those indicators are lagging indicators. So they're almost pointless because that's what I've learned over time. And you can see my videos on my YouTube channel. I used to use all that shit. But over time, I learned that sometimes an RSI would be like at 95 and it's supposed to go down and it would just go up for 10 days. Sometimes I see RSI below 30 like at 10 and it just continue to go down for multiple days. So I'm like, this shit is bullshit. Like I see MACDs curl up and the stock still is going the opposite way. So it's all lagging and bullshit. It's no guarantees. Support and resistance, guys. That is what you base your trades off of. All right. So I also want to address all this guru shit. That today, like, there was just crazy guru shit, you know, being called out here on Twitter. Just lots and lots of people. So I'm gonna tell you guys some things about all these guys I follow, and some of them I like that I don't follow anymore. But you need to know something. Like, for example, this guy Sonny, he has a channel and apparently he was called out as a paper trader, and you know, he would post his like trades, and you know, and he would post like his execution log, you know, which most of the gurus don't do. But then I don't know, like they're saying that the Trade Zero says that he doesn't you know, that he doesn't have a brokerage account with them, and he came out and said he's a paper trader, and he might have been sarcastic, but he might be true because people in his room now, because they said that it might sue him. So he probably had to come out and say this and leave it ambiguous as best. So if he gets sued, he can say, "Oh no, look, I actually did come out and say it." But he's probably gonna get sued anyway if he's lying, because he's misleading people thinking he's paper trading. But I want to show you guys something about all these gurus that they all do, and I'm gonna point out one guy right here. But they all do it. And then you can go to any chat room after I show you this. So this is a chat room guy, right? This is one of these chat rooms. Okay, I want to show you guys something. All right, I want to show you guys something. I wanna show you guys something so that you see. Let me see if I can find something here. This guy's always talking about every day they're calling all these things and they're making tons of money. Everybody's banking, and this guy's a fraud too. AR trading. I mean, he's been in I quote him so many lies. It's like insane. Don't trust none of these guys. Now, doesn't mean that they don't provide good education. So I want to make that clear. And I got nothing against any of these guys, but I just want you to marinate on something. All right, this is a perfect example. This is a guy, right? He's saying here he took this trade PXY, and he took this trade using Thinkorswim. Now, why would any fucking body use Thinkorswim for day trading is beyond me. Do you notice here that he puts the symbol, the price, but he never puts the shares? You see that? He never puts the shares. Look at I'm gonna put Nate from Investors Underground. All right. Whoops. Let me see. All right. I'm gonna show you. This is another guy, right? He'll post something with some execution. Let's see if I can find something. As a matter of fact, I think if I go to, let's see if I see something here. I want you guys to marinate on something. Let me see if I can find something that he probably posted. All right, let me see. I think if I go up to the top. I'm sorry, man. I'm terrible with social media too. I'm like terrible at all this stuff. All right, so let's see. Maybe on the media he probably has something there that you'll see. Damn it, I know I've seen him do it before. He does it every now and then where he'll post he'll post his executions. Really what I'm trying to say is that they post their executions, but they never show their share size, guys. They never show their share size. I don't care what room you're in. I don't care if you are in this room, if you're in Tim Sykes' room, if you're in Trick Trade's room, if you're in Investors Club room. I don't care what room you're in. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Look at this. Look at this. He's not showing his share size. It's a common theme amongst all these gurus, right? If these guys are claiming to make such big amounts of money, why wouldn't they post their execution logs? Why wouldn't they post their share size? None of them do it. None of them do it. You want to know why? Because I'll tell you why. Because they all want to create the perception that they all want to create the perception that they're making tons of money trading. All right, and they post this so that you think that they're trading with huge size, but you know what they're doing? They're trading with very little size. Why? Because they're getting rich off you. They're getting rich off you. Look, right? Look, he's gonna post one of his students' purses, right? Look at this. She's posting her executions, her P&L, no problem. See if anywhere does he post. Look, he's saying he put a 100% trade on Baba. How do you know if he's making 100% on the trade? How do you know if he's making money? Nobody knows if he's making money. He doesn't post anything. Now, that doesn't mean, now, I have nothing against him. He could be a fantastic teacher. But all these guys, all of them, and this guy has a fucking podcast attacking other guys, but he's part of the same fucking fraud that they all do. They, you know, he's just paying the bill. Like like he's not showing you anything. He does it too, where he'll post. I'm just trying to find you. I just want you to see that this is a common theme. Doesn't matter what guru you follow. None of these guys ever post their executions. They always leave you with the impression that they're making all this fucking money. All right, but they never want to post their trade logs. Why? If everybody else, oh look, perfect example. TRI long, 1050, 152% gain. Why doesn't he post? Why isn't he posting his execution log, or his P&L? Why? Because he probably trades with very little size, and he doesn't want you to know that. He wants you as his student to think that he's making a fucking a killing. All right, and if all you attack me and say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, all right, then ask them to send you their brokerage statement. They're not going to do it. You don't want to know why? Because even if they are trading, they're trading with small size, but they don't want you to know that. They want you to think that they're making a killing in the market. And then what they do is they upsell you with packages and scanners, and they lie and they tell you, oh, I'm only doing this because I'm tired of furus. And no, they're not. They're doing this to get rich off you. So what I say that to say this is that the reason why I'm not in any room, and I would love to be in a room because I would love to learn more too, but these guys, none of them have any integrity. You know, they all talk a lot of shit and they all call each other out as they're the good guy and the other, but they all are part of the same scam. They're all getting rich off you and they don't verify it. So you're investing in someone who's claiming they're making money, but they don't prove it to you. And these kids are like, and a lot of you are like blinded by it. Like, y'all don't even I don't understand. Like, you're gonna give somebody your money, you fucking better well ask them. Some of you guys use the logic that, oh well, he answers my questions. Well, you should be fucking answering your questions. You're paying for a service. So I just want you to think about it. Now, I don't have nothing against any of the guys that I put in this video. They may be amazing teachers, and if they are and you're making money and you're learning, great. But don't trust any of them because they're all fucking liars. You know, they all are snake oil salesmen trying to upsell you at any possible moment. You know, so just keep that in mind, guys. The best education that you can do is learn yourself. I learned myself. I taught myself how to trade. I took all the information that all these guys put on YouTube and I just watched it, took my little notes, watched charts, and what I'm doing is cutting your learning curve by doing all this. You know, so you know, just be careful, man. Don't worship these guys, you know, because these guys, you may think they're amazing and really what they're doing is getting rich off you, and you don't even realize it, that they're always like sneakily, you know, they're sneaking, you know, selling, upselling on you, you know, oh, you know, buy this DVD, buy this scanner package. Yo, if you're paying $200, $300 a month, that should all be included. Why are they upselling you? If all they want to do is see you succeed, you know, it's because they're getting rich. You know, ask them to send you their brokerage statement. None of them are gonna do it. So, you know, that's what I really want to tell you guys. I'll make another video this weekend. You know, building my watch list and showing you how to build a watch list again, and you know, looking for some potential plays. But I just wanted to leave you with thinking that if you are in a room and you think you need the room in order to be successful, you are going to fail as a trader. I guarantee you. I don't care what room the person's in. 99% of the people in that room are going broke. None of these guys are real teachers. They just go in a room, they answer some questions, they say I'm in this late after the fact, and then they talk about it. They don't really teach you. What I'm doing is showing you before things are happening why I'm looking at things. That's how they should be teaching you. So, you know, I think there's enough information on YouTube that you can watch for free and figure out trading. And then the only way you learn is by actually trading, guys. There's no way around it. No DVD is gonna make you a good trader, guys. You gotta like get in the market and start trading. That's how you're gonna learn. And you're gonna lose a lot of money at first before you start winning. So my advice is that trade. If you're gonna trade and you're trading small, you know, you're not comfortable, don't trade more than 50 shares, 100 shares. Trade with very small size until you learn how to trade, you know, and trade quality setups. The things that I'm teaching you how to trade patterns. So that's what you got to do. Stop worshiping these guys. Don't think that all these guys are, you know, all ethical. They're all fraudulent in one form or another. Like I said, I have nothing against any of them. They could be amazing traders. They could be, you know, but they're not showing any proof. So to me, I lump them all in the same boat, and they're always trying to upsell you. So to me, it's just marketing, and just they're rich because they have, you know, a service. If I have a service, look, and they all lie about it. Like if I'm gonna get a service, if I launch the service, because I want to have a business that's thriving. I want to teach. I want to have a teaching business that makes a shit ton of money, and I want to see people make, you know, I want to see people become profitable traders. So if I was to do this, it would be completely different. It would be like, I'm a real teacher, 20 years. Like I know how to teach. So, you know, I would use adult learning principles to help you guys understand what the fuck you're doing, you know? So I don't know. You guys keep asking. Eventually, I think I'm going to do it. I'll launch. I think of what I'm going to do is if I'm going to launch, it's going to be an after hours thing where we have class sessions. We build watch lists. We talk about trades. We talk about what we're going to map, what we're looking for the following day, all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, I would be in and out the room because I have a job. I'm not leaving my job. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm making money two ways. I'm making money in the market. I'm making money, you know, at work. I don't want to leave that until I would have a service that was making some serious money. Then I would walk away. Outside of that, I'm not doing it. But I'm being honest about it. These guys are all fucking liars, you know. So anyway, man, enjoy your weekend. Let me know what you think. I know I went on a little bit of a rant, but I want to give you something to think about. If you are in any of these guys' rooms, no disrespect. If you're learning, maybe they're amazing teachers, but keep in mind what I'm telling you, that they're not posting their trade logs. They're not posting their executions, and you gotta let that marinate in your head as to why. All the root gurus are doing it too. It's all of them, all right? It's all of them, other than Warrior Trading. I think is the only person I think who actually posts his brokerage statement. All right, so have a great weekend, guys.